Mason Greenwood, the nightmare isn't over yet. The charges against him have been dismissed, but Mason Greenwood has not been able to immediately return to a normal life. More than a year of living in a love scandal has eroded one of the most talented players of his generation. After 129 appearances for MU, Greenwood has scored 35 goals. Remember, this guy is only 21 years old and hasn't played in a year. If you look at current prices, the fact that the Red Devils scream for Greenwood at £100 million is probably not surprising. But in reality, that beautiful scenario did not happen. Greenwood was caught in the law, accused of rape, assault, and coercive control by his girlfriend. Police first knocked on Greenwood's door in January of last year and he has since been completely off the field. So when the Royal Prosecutor's Office dismisses all charges, can Greenwood return? MU is having a headache looking for a striker capable of top-notch finishing, capable of succeeding Ronaldo. Is Greenwood that person? Life would be great if it were as simple as that, but the reality is far from it. Immediately after hearing the latest verdict on his player, the MU homepage announced, Manchester United notes the decision of the Royal Prosecutor's Office that all charges against Mason Greenwood have been dropped. We will proceed with our own process before taking further action. The club will not make any further comment until this process is complete. From Greenwood's side, this guy shared, I am relieved that this matter is over and I want to thank my family, loved ones, and friends for their support. I will not be commenting. Added at this time. Just a few common statements. It seems that the insiders themselves are confused and do not dare to say anything strongly. Competition. Return. Revival. These are still very far away. In addition to being suspended indefinitely, the 21-year-old striker also lost a commercial contract signed with a fashion house. And yet, Greenwood was also removed from the FIFA 22 video game by the producer EA Sport after the scandal. One of Man United's partners, Cadbury, also confirmed not to cooperate in any marketing campaigns with the English striker. Ten Hag's predecessor, Ralf Rangnick, called the Greenwood incident a disaster, and it was a disaster. The reputation of the player and especially the club was seriously damaged. In the context that the Glazers are trying to preserve the brand to sell for the best possible price, they of course don't want to get in trouble with Greenwood. For Ten Hag, Greenwood was a name he had only heard of. That is not his responsibility and he does not plan at MU including Greenwood. The Dutch strategist is trying very hard to build a fresh atmosphere, unity in the dressing room, and a distraction from Greenwood of course not good at all. From the side of teammates at MU, some of them have unfollowed Greenwood on social networks, an action showing disagreement with the alleged behavior of the English striker. Now, asking them to welcome Greenwood like a brother returning from afar, and then allowing him to enter the United community is the ultimate challenge. As for Greenwood himself, remember that he is a person, not a tree, with feelings and perceptions. Having spent a long year living in the dark, Greenwood couldn't just walk into the light as if nothing had happened. On the day he was absent, rival fans sang mockingly at him in the stands. The sarcasm will multiply if they see Greenwood heading to the stadium. Will the 21-year-old endure? Jadon Sancho was never questioned by the police and also went through a prolonged psychological crisis, so it is impossible to ask for Greenwood to be more stable. It is clear that there are no winners in this case, all losers. Greenwood's road back will be extremely thorny. An overseas trip is planned, which will be good for Greenwood's recovery and relaxation. But who said these obsessions won't exit the country? Either way, they all need more time for each other and for themselves. Greenwood needs to look back on the bad times to learn a lesson. Before getting caught up in this scandal, he led girls to England's hotel, went to practice late at MU and used smiley balls in public. Greenwood was not an innocent child and had learned a valuable lesson. On MU's website, Greenwood is still on the first team list with the number 11. Along with that, in the list of the U21 MU team sent to the Young Premier League BTC, the name Greenwood still appears. That shows that MU has never let go of its talent.